Yup. Hey everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Abiotic Factor. We're recording this a lot because I'm in the mood to play it. So I hope you guys don't mind all the uploads for it. And with that said, let's talk about what we did in the last episode. Last episode, we built the keypad hacker, the rank 1 one. And we'll walk around today, plenty of time, and begin using it to unlock some of the locked security doors that we saw.
This sector is under precautionary security measures. Please remain in place and wait for security assistance.
Other things of note were the exploration of the 3rd floor. We also now have made some soups. Oh right, we also picked up a Geiger counter. Let's show you this. I meant to show you, I think, at some point last episode, but I completely forgot. With the Geiger counter equipped in your hand, by default, it will show how much radiation is in the area per second you are standing in. If you walk up to the refrigerator, we can see that we're earning 0.011 rads each second, with the refrigerator dropping some of that radiation because, well, that's what refrigerators will do. If we click the button, we can see how much radiation we have in us. 1.85. There we go, 1.805. And we are losing 0.01 rads each second. When we eat a piece of cooked pest, our rads went up by 1.3, it looks like. You remember that until we reach about 7, we should not be in any significant danger. And 7 is when the game begins to warn you that you're picking up radiation. Over time, our radiation, as you saw, will begin to fade from us. So as long as you space out how much food you're eating, assuming it's radioactive, and you don't carry around a lot of radioactive material, you should have no trouble with radiation. Alternatively, if you have a bunch of iodine tablets, those will also be useful. And we have plenty of them. We have 11 at the moment. These will remove 10 points of radiation and reduce all other radiation gains by 50% for a few in-game hours. Alright, well, we have that keypad hacker. Let's go ahead and start using it. The first place we can use that hacker is right around the corner here from security. Hey Warren, don't mind me, we're just gonna take a peek at what you're holding in here. Can't open the door. He doesn't even want to acknowledge our presence back here. And back here we have a bobblehead. We found the forklift one in the Antiverse 2 portal world that we had visited yesterday. We'll just grab all this stuff and put it right back in our home, since we're right next to it. And then we'll go out and find another one of these places and see what's inside it. We can open, I think, 4 or 5 doors at the moment. Oh, I have my bullets someplace else. I guess we'll take the bullets out of here. I'm gonna keep forgetting they're in there. Store them, then we can do the thing with all my crates. We are filling up all my crates very quickly. So I think it's time for us to consider moving to a new place where we'll have more room. Suppose we can hold off on that for a little longer, but it will be something. If we don't do it in this episode, we'll do it probably in the one after this one. Alright, well, let's keep exploring. So that was all that was inside the security booth there. Warren, I guess, doesn't even... Well, yeah, he's got his own desktop monitor right there. I guess he's not using the one in the back. Or wasn't. I hope he wasn't. We just tore that thing to shreds. That pest can stay where it is. We saw another keypad over on this side. In fact, I think this was the first one we had walked past when we explained keypads. There we go. Hydrochloric acid on the ground. A ton of lockers containing various locker things like backpack, balls of rubber bands, and so on. Yep, glue, screwdrivers, money, duct tape. We don't really need any of this at the moment. We can just leave all the lockers shut. You have a bathroom in here, too. I'm looking on bathroom emergency. We're okay at the moment. Lead vest. Suppose this is where security geared up? Regarding the office area. Oh, looks like there's someone up here, too. Just hanging around. Staying out of harm's way and out of line of sight for anything. Yeah, this must have been some sort of security... what am I looking for? A post. We could open the shutters here, but we can't go through them. Looks like the door's busted. We need to make another controller to repair this door if we want to go out that side. Some printers, cafe machine. This area would make another nice base, and was the place I was thinking of moving our base to. I have set up bases throughout this entire complex in various areas herein, and there's various good and bad points to having a base in any one particular spot. Here, we're not too far from the central hub, and it's a more secure location, I think, than where we are currently. So we'll probably move here. Did that just open again? I thought we pressed the button to keep it shut. It used to be here, by the way, when you repaired the door would still shut sometimes on you. Or open when you shut it. You couldn't permanently fix it a long time ago, if I recall correctly. Let's talk with this gentleman. Hello? Dr. Stewart?
Do you have any idea what's going on? Oh, have you only got blue clearance too? I've been hiding here since those goons attacked that poor technician down there. Is he even still breathing? I can't bear to look. Something's happened to the perforation system. The portals have gone haywire, but that shouldn't be able to happen. I wish I knew what was happening in labs right now.
So the perforation system is what they refer to when they open up a portal. They're perforating the environment by creating one of them.
Oh, I'm staying right here. Anything else is crazy. If the portal system has malfunctioned, there's no telling what could have found its way into the facility.
He's right about that. We'll see all sorts of crazy things as we proceed onward. We've barely touched the surface of the hostiles that are in this area. I got some nachos. Are we hungry? We're a little hungry. Nachos, though, are a little dangerous to just go ahead and eat them. Our current radiation is 1.8, and if we eat nachos, went up to 4.2, gain a 2 point something rads from eating nachos. They also don't fill you up that much. I think it warned us on the nachos that we'll pick up radiation for just eating them. I don't know why we get radiation for the nachos. It must be made of something from another world. And here's a target range. You don't get any experience points for your accuracy, or you didn't used to. Yeah, that's a shame. I wish you could get accuracy just firing things into these targets, but you do not. Still, it's another area here. There's a security pistol. I think this is our first one that we're seeing. We don't really need a pistol at the moment, though. We'll just leave it here. And some more ammo. We will take it, but I right now just want to leave it here, because if I move my base here, we'll go ahead and disassemble everything when our base has been moved most of the way. We'll move the things from where they are into storage chests then, rather than carrying them back downstairs and then bringing them back up to a different location. Here again. God, I'm not making any sense. We're not going to take something back down with me to where our base is currently located. Only move it back up here. Everything in this room can stay here at the moment until we're moving in. There's even a charger right in this room. We can make chargers later, and we will in fact make extra chargers so we can charge multiple pieces of gear at the same time, but having one right next to us at the very beginning is very nice. And that robot down there, that will path sometimes, most of the time, up here. giving us the option to kill it without having to drag it to our setup. So I think we will look into moving into here probably tomorrow in game. We can actually start. We can start now. But then that's all we're doing for the next 2 days. Then again, if we do it now, then it's done. Let's keep exploring. There's nothing wrong with our current base. And I guess I can always also do that off screen. There's probably no reason for me to have you guys just watch me do that. So in between this episode, yeah, we'll do it in between episodes. Between this episode and the next one is when we will go ahead and move our base. I'll give you guys a tour when we get back. Remember, you're playing hard mode, so you have more peccaries and stuff like that around here. The crossbow is a decent beginning weapon, but it will begin to fall off when we get out of the offices and into the next zone. It can still pull... Ooh, that's interesting. That window survived that hit. Oh, it did not. Actually survived that hit. Tim, you need that net. You missed or something. He's charging. Piece of cake. Bolts are not so easy to get at the moment, as we don't have a place to regularly acquire them from. We'll eventually run out of materials here. Oh, why am I taking these? I don't need these. We'll just drop them here at the moment. And what are we doing? Alright, we're going to open up this door now. Looks like another security post. Sentry post. Probably have to show your badge of the guard here to access the data farms area. Then again, you could also just walk in from the other side, by the pool. I don't know what good this would do normally. Some phones, more bullets, staplers, more computer parts. Ooh, some fancy-looking chairs, office chairs, executive chairs. Can we get one of these? We can. Cool-looking desks as well. Dr. Mans.
Dr. Derek Mance reporting. Although it remains essentially hostile, these peccary can be taught to respond to basic command, as Dr. Manbanco has demonstrated so performatively, as its biosystems work much more swiftly here. It learns extremely rapidly. Many on the executive committee will want a weapon, I'm sure. Their imagination reaches no further. But if we can just breed the aggression out, the peccary would make an extraordinary work beast. Our world has enough toys of war.
You cannot, at least to my knowledge, actually tame a peccary in this game. It is not possible to do so. Would be neat to have one as a pet, as like a, well, unfortunately for Dr. Mans, use it as a guard dog for our base when it comes under attack by a portal storm, though it would probably destroy our base in the process, I guess. I don't know why I'm taking this stuff. We're just doing some exploring. Well, I mean, we're going to go back home, so I guess we will clear out a little bit of this. Hey! A warning sign. Oh, and we failed to take it. Well, someone should have warned the warning sign, or I was going to fail at making that attempt. I guess we'll clear out a good portion of this area. In particular, we're going to need more and more circuit boards as we proceed onward. Did we take the computers off of this desk? We did not. We do not need the desks, chairs, or cabinets. We will take everything from the downstairs area, those bullets, and the gun. I guess we'll take this one. Oh, if we have room for it. Oh, I said the gun, but there is no gun here. What? There's usually a gun here. Well, not today, I suppose. Or is there... No, there's bullets here, but no gun. Okay. Alright, area looks clear. Let's go ahead and bring this... Oh! Stuff downstairs? Do we clear out this area? No, let's just move stuff downstairs. Then we'll go back up to the 3rd floor. And we'll unlock, finally, that door that Miss Mayfield wanted us to access. So you can get her Nobel Prize. Together, right? You're going to give you some credit, Miss Mayfield? I'm sure you will. She won't. Oh, we already have a cool office desk. Executive chair. Go ahead and put, I guess, our other one here. Break down this. Okay, so 3rd floor time. I'm guessing we're not really carrying anything large. So we won't take the platform cart with us at this time. It's also 2:10, so we're not gonna do it too much exploring up here, depending upon how much is up here. But enough to figure out what is waiting for us beyond that door. Do we? We'll kill the peccary too. Woo! Close that. They take a good amount of damage if you whack them with a crossbow bolt while they're charging you. Oh, the elevator's a bit busted in this last DLC. So it's not on, but it is accessible. We have to actually send it upstairs, and then we can call it back down again. I don't know why it's acting like this currently. It's a little annoying, but whatever. Are we looking? We're okay. Yeah, the actual inside buttons are not present in the elevator when it loads this zone from downstairs. Then it remembers it should have them when it moves the elevator upstairs. Did we grab a map here? We did. Alright, well, let's go ahead and unlock this door. There's something stopping around the other side. Ah, next door, monk. That went right over its head, Tim. That was a fantastic shot. Ooh! He popped out just as he fired. It was really awkward. Dodge you did. This is a really epic fight. Right in your butt. Got you in your whatever, the glutenoids or whatever it's called. For a second I thought we were out of ammo. No, I'm not that unprepared. We could use the heart he has, but I guess we can probably put up with a little bit of radiation. I don't want this corpse to fade away on us. Alright, heart retrieved. It's a double sealed door. Kind of like an airlock. What was going on over here? Oh, there's another scientist over here. that correct? Allows constant detection of nearby scientists. Not today, pest. Okay, we definitely want to guard our home from assault. We have another portal storm coming this evening. Oh, poor guy. Look at all the blood. He's also not a scientist.
Scientist, do not reignite the rift. There are abominations within. My brethren crossed over to seal your folly. Is the cost of your knowledge not already clear? If you will not stop yourself, we will.
We can't heal him or keep him from dying.
We
We heard about Flat Hill from Dr. Mann's last episode. Something went wrong there, and they used an excuse of a chemical spill to evacuate the town. Looks like it's unsafe. There's some sort of, continually? I can't pronounce it. I can't pronounce it. Some sort of failure. Gatekeeper aborted. Cover intact. So they don't know we were there. I'm guessing, however, there's power cells there, judging from what's on this whiteboard. And we need a power cell.
Oh.
We haven't found a location for any others, so I suppose we're gonna have to re-engage the rift after all. Portal looks quite a bit different from the other one we saw. We'll talk about that button later. Probably after we're done exploring the rift. Which we're not going to do in this particular day, because it's already 5:10 p.m. Hey! A hazardous materials suit! Almost completely blocks incoming radiation. Wearer is immune to spores and other airborne viruses. Increases our thirst and slows us down. So as you can see, we don't move as fast, and we get thirsty more often. It used to increase your temperature, too, a while ago, if I recall correctly, without slowing you down. I like this change better. We used to have a buff called Stuffy Suit, if I recall correctly. Can we find out what was going on here? Power cell testing. Jim, I'm concerned we haven't field tested the power cells sufficiently. I told Anderson about them. He's worried we're relying on salt to keep Flat Hill in check. They've been tested. Containment systems, weaponry, even some of the personal transport prototypes. And please, they're sodium-based accumulators derived from our research into A2, not salt. The fuel cells are not the issue here, if you get my drift. Pests. Kathy, after studying IS-0173's internal structure, I'm coming around to your theory. It shows clear morphic continuity, that's the word I was looking for earlier, with IS-0171. I agree, we're looking at a more complicated life cycle than we thought. I was talking to Dr. Tenku. She suggested the low entropy of A2 could, theoretically, encourage metamorphic life cycles. They're more energy efficient. Yes, that would also explain why anything from A2 proliferates so rapidly here. There's so much more available energy. Their metabolic rates must skyrocket. Exactly. They're probably starving. Here's the pest. Tidy up. Can we get some gosh dang organization down in manufacturing? It's amazing we get anything done. I went down to see Varsha yesterday, and I was tripping over crates on every walkway, which are very much not up to even the basic safety standards. I know we don't answer to OSHA, but we'll be answering to Keystone if we have an accident down there. It's a work in progress. Just try to keep your tie from getting stuck in one of the machines, okay? From someone named Frake. Suppose we can at least look at the portal. Now we're playing hard mode, so we don't get a little pop-up that warns us about the dangers of going unprepared into a rift. But every single portal, to my knowledge, that brings you to some other place has an exit rift somewhat close by to the entrance. So you're not really in any particular danger if you don't go prepared. You can just leave pretty much immediately. Hello, what is this? A cacophonous crate. But we need a special key to open that we don't have. We can see what looks like a house and bushes in the background. We've read a little bit about Flat Hill, so we can probably make an educated guess that's where that goes to. And we read about some sort of creature that spawned the moment they opened up the rift to Flat Hill. Let's grab our dart, or our bolt. Guess we can tell her that everything's now opened up and she can go on into her rift if she wants, wherever it is that she desires to do over there. Miss Mayfield?
You got it open! I was right! Looks like someone closed it from the inside. But who would do that?
It just occurs to me, viewer, the music's probably really freaking loud here. Lower it a little bit. Alright, well, we have time to get downstairs and prep for the attack. Take care of our needs. We definitely need to get a little nap before the festivities begin. With our radiation suit equipped, by the way, we are still gaining radiation, but it's now 0.01 per second for carrying around this Exor heart, as opposed to what I think is, that's right, it's 0.001. I think normally it's 0.01, so it's an extra 10%. Oh, is that right? 90% resistance? 90% resistance. Okay, so let's store this stuff. Here come the portals. And we're gonna make something for this suit we're currently wearing. A little item stand. With these, you can place an object into them. There we go. And there it is, right there. It's the equivalent of trying to drop something somewhere, only we don't have to worry about it vanishing on us. Oh, that's awkward. That's right in the bedroom. I think our screws were too far away to reach. So we'll put some screws and duct tape right there. I'm quickly going to take a nap right near this portal because I don't want to be tired during the battle. Alright, we're a little thirsty. Can wait to use the bathroom until after this is done. So keep moving water around. Don't have anything to cook. We are a little peckish. Guess we'll have something else to nibble on. Let's wait here for this to end. As before, I'm interested in killing the pests and cooking them, so I am not going to suck them up with a vacuum cleaner and just shoot them out, which we could do otherwise. Now we could move those shock traps into here, but we can't place them under the portals. Once they spawn, you can't place anything near them. So we'd have to put them near things that I think the pests would attack. But I can't do that, because they're going to go after the refrigerator and this water cooler. Oh, water got done. We're going to take their time. Let's go ahead and boil more water. What are we doing on weaponry? Oh, we could definitely use. We need to improve our sharp melee. We don't have a whole lot of skill with that. Let's go, pests. Any day now. Hey, leave that alone. Oh, our bedroom. Woo! Ah! Ooh. That wasn't so bad. Good thing we slept earlier. Don't have to worry about a messy bed. It occurs to me that we don't actually earn experience, do we, from chopping up the corpses? I thought we did. We're not getting much in the way of meat from these things either. 2 more to carve up. Yeah, just a bunch of small pest pieces. Wow, that was pretty disappointing. So we cook it, that gives us cooking experience points, and the rest of the stuff we can break down. We might as well repair some of our gear. And I guess we're gonna prep to go to Flat Hill. We'll wait for this cooking to get done first. So the only thing we know, I mean, I could take what we want, but we'll play this one a bit more atmospheric, like. So the only thing we know is that there's some sort of monster over there, and it emits a fog around itself when it showed up. It was enough that they evacuated the town as well. That doesn't give us any real insight as to what type of creature could be there. Okay, well, I guess we'll eat. Get something else to drink. There's those nightly anomalies they were talking about. Oh, there's one in the bathroom. Speaking of the bathroom, go ahead and take care of our business. Make sure we're washed as well, because we're filthy. Make a few more bolts, viewer, and then I guess... Well, this time around we'll take some health hypos with us. It's a new place, technically, for us, and just in case there's something nasty there, we want to be prepared. Okay, we'll bring some splints. Oh, we ran out of power here. We'll make 3 splints to bring with us. Just have to wait for this to get powered on again. Alright, here we go. 3 splints. Doesn't leave us a lot of room. I guess we'll free up an inventory space and leave that behind. The rest of this comes with us. Let's talk about the respawn mechanic for these portal worlds that we've seen. So, it was alluded to in that television we saw in the last episode. What happens is that on certain days of the week, Wednesdays, on Sundays, at, well, midnight, I guess, Tuesday and Saturday, the portal worlds will respawn. All the items that are in them will be refreshed again. So if you took something like a desk,
This sector is under precautionary security measures. Please remain in place and wait for security assistance.
like if you took a desk from it or broke down things for computer parts, those computers will be back. The desk will be back. Items that you stick in the portal world also remain there, which is a bit weird. I would have thought the world would have reset as if it was going back to a particular time, but it doesn't quite work that way. Objects which were not in that portal world to begin with are fine to leave in there. If you are in a portal world, when it resets, none of the things will reset that were in there. Just in case we need it, we don't. We'll go ahead and take some iodine tablets. Oh, I forgot about that. That also gives us a little bit of first aid experience points. Maybe we should be breaking our legs on purpose so we can use splints to gain some more of that. Anyway, let's head on in. That sounds pretty ominous. I immediately got Silent Hill vibes when I saw this place. Very important mat to take. Music is very nice for this area too. Warning, keep out. My rights begin where this sign ends. God bless you, sir. I love that attitude. Ah, I see he's a bit of a, see, he's suspicious of things. And it looks as if that's a gate vehicle. Who is Gate? Flathill Herald. Sweet investment something. I'm on it. He apparently was under the impression that something mischievous was going on here, and he would be right. Gate Cascade probably doesn't want the world to know what's going on. There's the exit portal viewer. Oh, no, sorry, not the exit portal. This is the one that is near our entry portal. We have that house rule. We are not allowed to take that. Our exit is the exit portal, however long it takes us to get there. So hopefully, not too long. The military drone did mention, or soldier, I suppose I should say, that they sent a few people in here to seal the portal. A military, MRE, we'll take that. Something is in that room. We have peas and salt here. We do need some salt. They mentioned Flathill and salt. Must be where they're getting all the salt for those, power cores. We could use the peas too, but space is going to be a premium. So we'll just only grab some salt and not the peas this time. Bounty basket. There isn't really that much of a bounty in here, but we'll be happy to have some salt. Speaking of which... plastic, we don't need any of that. An industrial stove gives you 4 spots to cook on, but, well, we're not bringing food with us here. I want all the salt we can get. I guess we'll take hydrochloric acid and ethanol if we find more of that as well. Oh, an ice cream shop. We're a little hungry and thirsty. Guess we'll have a single thing of ice cream. That's a fine-looking vintage table. That is not a small creature, is it? We'll talk more about what we just saw when we actually get a closer look at it, because unfortunately for us, we're going to have to do exactly that. Oh, like the wolf painting. Let's only grab the important stuff during this run. We'll take that as well. It will respawn when this portal world resets, which will happen in another 2 days' time. Take staplers. They're kind of important to grab this time during this run. The sound here reminds me of Thief. Deadly Shadows. Hello? Who is that? What is that? Looks like a really small version of the thing walking around outside. He's safe to talk to.
At last you are here.
Hello, Marion.
You want out? Of course you want out. Like them, the giants. You are trapped here. But shut down the devices. Your devices. Remove the power cells. 1, 2, 3. You'll have your way out. But what then? When you've opened your door, what then? Eh?
This hints that they probably didn't intend to have the portal, exit portal, right at the entrance to this location. That the moment you entered here, you were going to have to get out again by going through the entire zone.
Your people would not open the way, but they are gone. The Crusaders saw to that, so there's no one to stop you. The devices prevent portals, prevent the prevention, and problem solved.
All right. What were they talking about here? Power cells. Hi, Jim. What's the operating lifespan of the Flat Hill containment system? How long do the power cells last? Don't worry about it. They're high-density sodium cells, good for at least a month, but I wager longer. There's plenty of redundancy in the containment system, too. You have to pull out all 3 to reopen the gateway. Access to the rooftops is restricted, and anyway, no one would be crazy or stupid enough to do that. Due to how the temporal tethering works, effectively, these creatures are trapped here forever. They will not be leaving. Quiet. Calm. Flat Hill Police. A long time ago, there used to be one of those creatures standing right there if you walked on this area, waiting to surprise you. Flat Hill Syrup Company. High fructose corn syrup. I think that's probably the cover that Gate was using. Oh! What is this, you're probably wondering? Fungal bloom. Requires antifungal solution. We'll learn more about this, I think, in the future. This is new, by the way, viewer. By new, I mean this was not here the last time I was in Flat Hill. Looks like this is a dead end. Be quick, we can get back up to that street. Good amount of inventory space left. We're not tired, thirsty, or hungry. It's not yet midday. Oh, okay, over on the left, by the way, you might notice a weird debuff there. They don't let you use jetpacks in a portal world until you've gone through it once, I think. I kind of wish that was the case for personal teleporters. We'll talk more about those later. We're gonna have a house rule with them, though, that I talked about before. When you are first here, assuming you're playing on normal mode, you will get a warning that some creatures cannot be harmed or killed. It's referring to, obviously, these things. They are, as far as I'm aware, impervious to weapons. They'll react, like you would react to being bitten by a fly, but they will not be killed by your weaponry. Let's see what's down in the sewer system. Can we use this to move around? And we're not allowed up there. I would have had to have brought a movement item with me, like a ramp, to access that door, and we didn't bring one. We got some pipes here, though, and pipes are kind of important for us, so we're gonna grab these. I don't see any reason to risk going into that water, and I know if we step into it, we'll pick up a debuff called Stinky. I guess we'll do it, because to show you. You smell disgusting. This might attract unwanted attention and spread disease. We have to now clean ourselves somewhere. Thankfully, there's a sink right here. When that creature is walking in that direction, we'll go ahead and make our move over that way. Thankfully, they're not very perceptive hearing-wise. fancy light for a Flatville Harmonia Vigette. Whatever that is. We're here for money and staplers. Oh, I guess we'll take some nachos too. Running out of inventory space though. Not the nachos, not this time. I will grab pens though for more crossbow bolts. Again, everything here will reset or respawn if we were to take it. We could break down the monitors for all their bits. We could take we're going to take all the staplers, all these pens, and they will come back in some capacity when we return in the future. And we will be back here multiple times in order to acquire some of this stuff. These worlds are good locations to go to get resources that you are short of, and to restock on stuff. And because when you figure out what portal worlds have what resources, and you need more of those, you're going to go back to them again to get more of them. PM. Half the day's gone already. Red doors are generally mean that they are you're not going that way. They are locked. You cannot kick them open. Yellow doors, though, might not be. We learn now the name of the creature, the composer. We can now talk a little bit about it, since we could stop and read information about it at this point too. They are capable of eating you. If they have a chance, they can swoop down and swipe at you to grab you, and if they are successful at it, they can pick you up and devour you whole. It has never happened to me, but I have watched it happen to other people. They can stomp on you. They can also swipe at you just to do incredible amounts of damage, which has happened to me. And here's a power cell, viewer. The first one. Let's see how much radiation is being emitted by this. None! That's interesting. If we take it, though... .05 radiation now. Put on our suit. It will slow us down, which is very bad. We get a little more thirsty. We did bring some soup with us if we actually need to worry about drinking. And it looks like by removing that power cell, another portal opened up. We did learn there's 3 of these. Ooh, and we'll definitely grab more metal pipes. These are not so common to find, and I use these for quite a few things. We'll take them. If we go back through the portal again, we'll peer back by the first power cell. There's also shortcuts in this area too. We'll be unlocking only a few of them during this run through Flat Hill. Oh, an old school arcade! Detour arcade machine. You can take the arcade machines with you if you want to listen to the music, but you can't play them, unfortunately. I will talk more about the arcade machines the next time we're here. I want to talk about what I thought they were alluding to. Unfortunate spaceman. I miss arcades. Okay, a much faster way to get into this building from the outside. We're looking. We're getting a little sleepy. The dead linger. Probably a twin stick shooter. No, it can't be. There's no two sticks here. I guess it's like a gauntlet game. Well, there are two sticks, but it looks like those are for individual players. Oh, there's a power outlet here, but we're not going to be setting up camp here. You can build a base in Flat Hill or any of the Portal Worlds if you so desire. As long as you're not in it yourself when the Portal World resets, everything, your stuff that you built will be, well, first off, your stuff will be fine anyway, but everything else will respawn. All this delicious money. We're at 69 bucks already, so I don't think we probably need any more. You only need more money, Tim? It's money. Of course you take more money. We can take the posters too, by the way, but we'll leave them here at this moment. We only have room for 2 more things. And I have an idea already of what other 2 things we're taking with us. There's a carpet here, a big rug. This one though is going to stay. This is one of the few places you can get hydrochloric acid from in some quantity, so we're going to want it. We are going to be using quite a bit of it in the future.
Dr. Derek Mance reporting, Research Director. IS-064 seems to sing to itself, if you could call it that, emitting a series of resonant tones suggestive of communication. The cavities that create these sounds appear to be the same cavities the creature uses to ingest anyone who comes within reach.
Alright, it's got a mouth, effectively. Or an open maw, in this case. They supposedly did add a few... If you've played this game before, viewer, you'll note that I am checking things that we don't have to check, but I'm curious if they added anything new. That fungal growth is something I'm going to want to burn away in the future and see what's on the other side of it. Before we take that portal, let's go down this ladder here and unlock this door. And we have a quicker access to this area. Looking? Why don't we have some of our soup? And some sort of library. What's the worst that could happen? It's coming back this way. Too risky. I'm not sure if we're safe by that door. We can't open it from that side. Let's see which direction this thing decides to go in. We're now committed. Oh, okay. Well, that was easy. PM. Looks like we're going to be here overnight. Very cool trash bin. Maybe it won't see us with our high sneaking skill. saw us. Let's run. Something about these creatures, by the way, viewer, that I haven't mentioned yet. They can go through doors. If they're big enough. And it knows where we are. It's coming right for us. The fog, I think, is supposed to act like a web. They can reach through doors to try to get you, too, which is really awesome. Don't think you can just run through it, turn around and laugh at them. They will grab you. This place might be nice for an actual kitchen setup if you do want to move into this location more permanently. Getting sleepy. We haven't seen anything to rest on, or at least, or if there was something, I missed it. Staplers and pens. Staplers and pens, Tim. And ethanol. Staplers, pens, and ethanol. Oh, and an email terminal. We want to read more about what's happening here. Composer. Are you sure ISO 064 is contained in Flat Hill? What's to stop it from leaving? I'm still waiting for your report. We can't be perfectly certain, but everything we're seeing suggests it's localized to Flat Hill. It seems erratic to us, but we've noticed some patterns. It seems to compose melodies of sorts. Reports coming. I've been busy. So we've got a new Mozart on our hands. I need more than that, Hilda. It'll be in my report, but I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. They're part of the fog phenomena, but we lost any chance to explore their origins once we installed the containment system. They may actually generate the fog, but last time I suggested researching it, you said it was blowing smoke, remember? We'll discuss it. CECU cleanup request. We have reason to believe one of the Flat Hill residents is investigating our office structure. He's been turned away by security twice. Is this an operative concern? Confirmed. They appear to have been compiling a dossier of sorts. The exposure risk is significant, even if no one believes him. What are the considerations? Limited. The resident is an outlier from the community and regarded as something of a screwball. I believe we have scope. We have dispatched contractors to resolve the matter. Hygiene protocols apply. Acknowledged. Cleaning underway. Sounds like they eliminated that guy whose house we were originally spawned near. We're being a little too suspicious of what happened here. If I believe that is the case, and it hints that the company we are working for aren't necessarily the good guys, or are willing to do things a bit unethically in the name of pursuing their goal, which would be science.
Dr. Mance reporting. On the advice of Keystone, Gate has established a facility here in Flat Hill. We judge it unwise to advertise our activities, so for the time being our presence is, necessarily clandestine, if not a bit syrupy. The location was selected for the convergence of certain geomagnetic forces that amplify the power of our perforation equipment. We stand poised on the brink of an entirely new technology. I'm convinced of it.
This was the first place, it sounds like, that they performed their preparation experiment, with the most likely chance of succeeding located here. There was another creature that we could have encountered here, by the way, but we did not see it. I'm still waiting for them to add it in the elevator when it comes downstairs. We will see this strange thing in the future. I thought there was a computer terminal that gave us information about it here, but I did not see it. Maybe we missed an email terminal. That's bad. There's no way around it. It's facing us. We're gonna have to run for it. But thankfully, we can just run immediately into this vent. And hopefully, it will forget about us. Oh, that's awkward. You can stay there, I suppose, though. Okay, he's going back. It's now nighttime.
This is Dr. Derek Mance. I'm pleased to confirm the first Flat Hill perforation was a success, although the geomagnetic convergence was stronger than we anticipated, allowing an entity to pass across IS-064, perhaps the largest we've yet logged in our immurement registry. Indeed, the events here in Flat Hill have advanced our understanding of perforation by orders of magnitude. I regret the contamination and consequent, closure of the township, but I am more confident than ever in Gates' ability to develop a functional portal network. What we learn here will alter the history of our species, and maybe we can finally stop flying economy.
I don't know if the loss of these people's homes and potentially their lives was worth getting more money to fly in a better seats on an airplane. Nor do I know if it would be necessarily best for mankind, though I suppose there is an argument to be made that developing teleporters or teleportation technology would have that risk. But they hid it from the people here. They probably still didn't know what actually happened. So it's not like I don't think they're going to get money or, what's what I'm looking for? Compensation for the loss of their homes and potentially any lives that were taken from this. Investigate all vents. This one doesn't lead to anything in particular. Getting very tired. We should still have enough in us to keep on exploring a little more. If you're thinking it's a little tricky, you are somewhat correct there. Now, I mentioned keeping an extra 2 spots open. I think I forgot the one thing I wanted. But there is a thing here I want. That. But that means getting this thing angry at us. And running for our life, viewer. Which is what we're gonna do. Alright. Oh, we have the slide unlocked. Mental note. We have enough stealth that we unlock the slide. He's pretty fast, and we're not fast. Faster, 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 Tim. Woo! Hey, he's confused. He's gonna come down here and try to swipe up on this area, but we can avoid him. Alright, success. Woo! Grab a little more. I definitely do not need any wood. Alright, let's take that last power cell and get out of here. Just as dawn hits. Hello?
It knows we're here, Janet. There's nothing holding it back. Flat Hill is open.
You'll have to forgive my colleague, Abe. He's had a bit of a shock. We tried to get out through Flat Hill, and, well, some people died. Then, some genius deactivated the composer containment system. So, clearly, we need to find another exit out of here. And that's looking like Manufacturing West. I don't exactly enjoy the idea, but our options are limited.
The fog is coming. Janet, what are we going to do?
We're going to head through manufacturing, then take the surface tunnel out of here. When you're ready, Abe. So, just try to calm down.
Alright. Let's unlock a few doors. We'll come back up here later today to unlock more and revisit these two if they're still here. Right now, I want to get to bed. We're exhausted, so we need some sleep. Well, we're not exhausted yet. We're drowsy. We're slow. We're thirsty. We're going to be thirsty soon. Oh wow, that's a bit awkward. So we unlock the slide now, viewer. When we're crouched, if we hit shift, we can do a quick slide.
Exceeding nominal levels. Dehumidification in progress.
Looks like Abe was right. The fog has arrived. Things are a bit different when the fog is here. As you can see, or can't see, things are more difficult to see when the fog is out and about. The temperature is a little cooler as well. And something else is now present in the facility when the fog is here. One of my favorite things, actually. It's a wonderfully difficult fight to do. But we'll talk more about it in a bit. Okay, I need to put the power cells away. But for a second, something incredibly dangerous was standing right over there. Okay, with the power cells off of us now, we can probably take off our suit. We can get some sleep. Oh, right, we had things damaged from the portal storm the other day, so we're gonna want to repair those as well. Those things that are damaged. Alright, thirsty and hungry. Let's have some more soup. Stand up the incredibly creepy composer figure. Maybe that shouldn't be near our bed. There we go. Got a bit of fog right there. Okay, let's store stuff. We have a military MRE now. There's something we can make out of it. We can make a special type of soup out of it. But we won't do it at the moment. We still have more soup left to devour. Picked up apparently 3 extra bandages somewhere. Let's put down our welcome mat. Let all the attacking bots know that they are welcome to try to attack us. Get some more soup. Oh, that's not soup, that's water. That's a little bit of water. We need to refill our dirty water cooler. We're a little hungry. A little food. Grab some soup. That's not soup. That's soup. Okay. Let's think. So we need more bolts now that we're back here. Oh, exactly 7 in our stash. That's kind of pleasant. Go ahead and make 16 more. And we've learned how to make a bunch of new equipment, too. At the moment, I'd like to handle our bathroom needs. And then go back upstairs to the 3rd floor and explore more of that area we just unlocked. By that, I mean the area we came out of from Flat Hill. We also want to charge our flashlight. Sorry, it's important now that I listen. It's important that I listen, viewers, so this day may be a little more quiet than it normally would be. We're so dead. We're so dead if we meet it. We'll get a good look at it, assuming it's around here somewhere. And by good look, I mean in the distance. Hopefully where it won't spot us. It will be quite noticeable, this thing. It will not look like any of the things we've seen before. Missing. This was shot down that long, easy to hit hallway. Right in your face. Oh, nice. This one wasn't the one we hit with the bolt last time because it took only 3 hits to kill it. How are we doing radiation-wise? We were carrying around that stuff for a while. Oh, and 1.4. Alright, perfect. Well, not perfect, but good. So, viewer, I mentioned a button when we were over here last. This is the Terminate the Weather Event Fog button. And I hate it. I got the impression from Abe that we should be worried about the fog now that we've unsecured Flat Hill. But all we have to do is push this button and the fog event ends immediately. We have nothing to worry about whatsoever. Just make a beeline for this button, press it, weather event ends, no problem. So we have another house rule. We're not allowed to terminate the fog. This event remains. We have to deal with having this present in our game. The way I believe they originally wanted this to work. At the very least, it has a good amount of difficulty and some amount of caution to us as we explore the facility when this event happens. Remember again that this is an event-driven game for the most part, not timed, like Don't Starve is, per se. Don't Starve, you always have that clock ticking as to when the next season arrives. In this game, it's what you do that determines when things begin to get worse for you. Us leaving Flat Hill successfully now allows this to happen. And us getting through Antiverse 2 allows the portal storms to occur. Other such things will begin to happen as we proceed through the game. Guess we'll talk about the creature we haven't seen yet. It randomly spawns someplace in the facility, and I think multiples of them can be present, but only one will be one will be spawned. I'm sorry, present. That's the incorrect way to phrase that. Only one will be present at any one time in the facility, but it can teleport from place to place if you don't find it during your explorations. There it is. It can open doors and walk through them, so we're not safe here. That creature is called a symphonist. The other ones from Flathead were called a composer. We will fight one of those when we are a little better prepared to deal with it. Right now, we are unlikely to win a combat should one start with it. We're just gonna run for the hills. That thing will defeat us at this moment. We don't have the armor to deal with it. We don't have the weaponry to down it. Not on hard mode, not at this moment.
The fog is coming. Janet, what are we going to do?
We're going to head through manufacturing, then take the surface tunnel out of here. When you're ready, Abe. So, just try to calm down.
And what you actually can do is also just push the button. I'm just saying, that would make things a lot easier for you guys. When the event was first introduced, the fog was also much, much thicker. You could not, I couldn't see across this room, for example, because they wanted you to accidentally walk into the monster, the symphonist that was walking around, I'm pretty sure. They wanted to make it creepy and have you have lots of caution. But many people complained, and to be fair, it was very hard to see, and many people just didn't like the idea of walking around bumping into that thing, so they would stay inside their base all day. I don't mind the creature. It's rather easy to avoid if you know where it's currently walking around, and you keep your ears open for it. You can also get away from it. It's not going to follow you up and down elevators, for example, so you can get away from it that way. And once again, we will kill it. Probably will be hunting them, actually, in the future, when we're better prepared for it. But we are not prepared for it at this moment. Now, the pests, peccaries, and exor monks are all part of the same team. The symphonist is part of a different team. So if it encounters those creatures, it will fight them. There was one moment where, it was here actually. An exor monk fired at it from down the hall, and I saw that thing leap through the air at it. It was incredible. The monk died pretty much in like 3 seconds after it had engaged it. They are very strong. They have some really cool attacks to them. I think they've been adding new attacks to some of the enemies, so we may see some new things in the future that I have not seen before. Now, our base isn't as safe as it could be. To my knowledge, a symphonist can be walking around out here. If it does, we're gonna have a bit of a battle on our hand. Okay, we should repair some of the stuff that's damaged. Okay, that's good. Oh, we don't want that in there. We want it over here. There was another upgrade, by the way. Could we do it for our bench? Should we not do it? We could take a single med kit. We have what it takes to make this into a Dioxo healer. That will add a passive healing aura around this crafting bench. Let's do that. Suppose we'll go ahead and fill our empty water cooler. And then I think we'll head back to Antiverse 2. And get more wheat, since we just used 10 of it to upgrade our crafting bench. In case you are curious, the Symphonist is immune to being frozen. As long as we're going to Antiverse 2, can we make a fishing rod? Here we go. Why don't we make one of those, make a crate. We'll head on out, do some fishing. There was that giant pool of, well, probably, maybe water, in Antiverse 2. We'll try to do some fishing there. Accuracy 4. We will stop using the crossbow soonish. At the moment, though, it's still a fantastic way for us to do a little bit of range damage to monsters. And improve our reloading and accuracy. So one of those power cells we got needs to go into that device. Oh, and by the way, you can go, to my knowledge, to Flathill, take the first 2 power cells, leaving the last one there, and exiting via the front portal. And this fog event will never happen. Or that was the way it used to be, at least. If you didn't want the fog in your game. Now out here, we are going to gain a little bit of radiation. Unlike Flathill, which doesn't have any passively happening. There is some happening here. 0.35 rads per second. So we can't stay out here too long to do fishing. But we can be out here somewhat. Right! We were told that this place won't respawn its resources because we had been out here recently. So, there is no wheat out here. Well, since we came out here, I'm gonna go ahead and do some fishing anyway. We should be far enough away that that extra monk won't see us. For the future, I'm gonna put this storage crate here. I can put baits and other things into this later. Alright, so fishing. The fishing minigame. All you need is a reasonably sized amount of water, We could fish, for example, in the fountain in the lobby, or the pool. I think you fish upstairs in that one little fountain by the Silo 3 gate, for example, as well. And we just, well, toss it in. After a few seconds, a fish will materialize in the form of a shadow and begin circling our, buoy? Is that what it's called? It's been so long since I've been fishing. There it is. In a few more seconds, it will grab the, whatever it's called. There we go. Then you move the fishing rod in the opposite direction that the thing is moving in. Eventually it'll stop, and then you can reel it in by holding down the left mouse button. You don't always get fish. In fact, you likely won't get fish if you don't use bait, or you haven't tossed your bait, your fishing, whatever it's called, into a active fishing area. Similar to, I think, World of Warcraft, where it was highlighted where certain fish will be, that you have to fish there to get the fish. There is, currently to us, an invisible one of those, probably somewhere in this pool, but we don't know where it's located. At a certain level of fishing, I think it's fishing level 4, might be 3 or 2, you unlock the ability to see them. Oh, this might be a fish. Generally, if it acts up a second or a time, it will probably act up a third time. Like, we won't be able to pull it to us without it activating again. And on the third time, it is, I think, 100% likely to be a fish. Alright, not a fish that time either. Just getting some bio scrap. Let's try fishing here. We'll do it 2 more times, and if we don't find anything, so be it. We made the attempt. We can leave our fishing rod out here, though, when we come back here for the future. I have a bad habit of forgetting the fishing rod when I come out to Antiverse 2. Not that I come out here very often. We still have to cover farming, also. We could have done that today. Maybe we'll have time when we get back home. Although if I am going to move, it would be arguably a waste to do the farming now. But I'll still do it. One rank of fishing. We're still not finding any actual fish, though. Just getting lots of bio scrap out here. Our last attempt. Places like the... Well, no. No, I was about to say places like the pool will have a better chance of getting fish. That is not correct. It's all because you just fish like we're currently doing until we get a certain rank of fishing, and then you can see the fishing spots. Fishing there is a guaranteed fish, as far as I'm aware, or a super heightened chance of getting them. Why would you want to fish when you can just kill the creatures for your food? Silver scrap! You're kidding me! We can get silver scrap from fishing? That's not something I expected to get this early in the game. I will take advantage of the fact we got a free piece of some silverware out here. And why was there silverware in this out here in the first 2? The aliens, I guess, they have some fine dining in this lake, as it were. How much radiation do we pick up? Ooh, almost at 4 for being out here. Now, what time is it? 5:30. Okay, we don't have time to do farming. Or maybe we do. Maybe we do. Oh, we left this here to do some exploring. Maybe I'll remember that in the future. Because it's late enough that I don't want to stay out. Careful, Tim. Your ears open. The Symphonist, like other monsters, hates your buildings. And if it gets into your base, it's going to start destroying all your stuff. If it makes it into our base, we're going to have to lead it out and hope the Choppinators will take care of it. They should actually help, but we may die or they may get destroyed in the attempt to get rid of the creature. Hopefully, it will not walk to our base. You can also, maybe, I've only seen it happen once, have a robot fight the Symphonist. But the robots tended not to come out when there's fog. They just don't leave, or most of the time I noticed that they seem to be very resistant to leaving their starting facilities. Now, silverware can be used to make a special soup, if you'll believe it. Let's see if I'm allowed to make it, even though we don't know what the recipe is. We'll need a container full of water. And then we need to put in some silverware and a single piece of metal, if I remember the recipe correctly. Losing the metal scrap isn't that big of a deal if this doesn't work. It's just super rare for me to have had this at this stage in the game. Normally, we'd get this after like another... Well, if you're speedrunning, not after too long, I suppose. But for me, it's going to be like another 15 hours or so. There we go. We can get some solder. Not terribly useful on its own, but I'll be glad to have it this early on, for reasons you will see not too far into the future. We can do some farming, kind of, technically. Alright, so, to do farming, we first need a farm plot. Let's go ahead and make this garden plot, or learn how to do it. We need a soil bag, some plastic, a hose, and a wooden plank. Let's go ahead and make one. Then, you place it someplace on the ground that you intend to grow food in. Next, you see this empty glass line here? On the square plots, that's indicating how much water is currently in it. Right now, there is no water. There we go. Now it's filled with water. Now we just need to put a seed in it. Well, we have some tomato seeds. Go ahead and use one of these. There we go. And now, over time, this tomato plant will start to grow. It will drain the water from this as it grows. So you will have to tend to your plants to ensure that they don't wither and die. To my knowledge, if a plant is dead, you have to remove the entirety of the plant and regrow it again from scratch. The plants have, to my knowledge, 5 stages of growth, with stage 5 being the flowering part, in which case you can grab your tomatoes or potatoes or antiverse wheat or whatever it is that you are growing there. Well, our solder's done. Before we talk more about farming, let's talk about solder. Solder and other non-food items that you cook as a soup require deployment, but then you do not need to have an empty soup bowl. You can just take it out directly with your hands. And they have 4...
This sector will be powered down momentarily. If you have not already evacuated the facility, consider this your top priority. Have a wonderful and productive evening.
You will get 4 batches of whatever it was it produced for you to take. So if you make glue by using a peccary helmet, which I guess we could do we can do after that water boils, then you can get 4 gigaglue out of it, for example. And you don't need a empty soup bowl to do it. Now, as you can see already, a little bit of water has been consumed by our growing plant. It takes about 2, I think, in-game days, about an hour of real-life time, for a plant to grow to its full adulthood. Now, farming is the reason why I decided I was going to play on a dedicated server. You see, this is going to be a little tricky to explain, but I'll do my best. The amount of water that is consumed by a plant is related to the amount of time that is occurring in the game. But the plant's growth rate is related to the amount of time that elapses in general. You can think of it as like using your computer's clock to determine when the plant has grown. What this means is that if I don't want to have to tend to my plants, and I often don't want to have to tend, like make sure I double back and make sure they have water, I can just log out at the end of a session, and when I log back into my dedicated server, the plants will be fully grown, and no water will be consumed during that growth. Technically, at this point, once I no longer have to worry about food ever again, thanks to this. If I'm willing to wait a certain amount of real length time between when I log out and log back into the game. Because, and I'm not going to do this, but we could, for example, plant a bunch of tomatoes, harvest, log out of the server, log back in 2 hours later, harvest all the tomatoes, log back out, log back in 2 hours later, they'll have grown again, harvest them then, log back out, log back in, harvest them again, and you never need to worry about rewatering them again. As long as there was a little bit of water in that plot, they will continue to do this over and over and over again. Or at least that was the case last October. They might have changed it for this new DLC, but we'll find out together if that was the case, because after, when the new day starts, we'll be logging out for this session. By the way, we apparently have the Antiverse 2 music playing today. Something else I guess I should mention about Portal Worlds that I did not mention before. Whenever you leave a Portal World, through its exit portal, you will gain a buff temporarily for doing so. At the moment, we have hygroscopic. Your body is absorbing moisture from the air.
All vacant perforations will be resetting in 3, 2, 1. Reset complete.
Slowing your water needs. Now, the bad news, as you can just see here, is by not tending to the plants so often, we will miss out on agriculture experience points, which you get from watering plants. But you also get it for, like, harvesting them, so I don't really view it as that much of a penalty. Now, the portal worlds have reset, viewer. What this means is that the power cells have respawned now in Flat Hill. I was greatly surprised the first time this happened. I thought that of all the things in Flat Hill, the power cells would not respawn, but they do. This is a bit of a weird time conundrum, because technically, the composers would be able to leave the moment we took out the last of those power cells. But then Flat Hill locks again, and the composers are put back in there again. So I don't quite understand how it makes any sense at this point. Maybe someone can explain how on earth the composers were ever contained there to begin with. If time doesn't quite work the way I think it should. Or maybe they just choose to stay there now. I heard that noise and thought it was a symphonist really quick. No, that's our water being done being boiled. There we go. Say the phrase properly, Tim. One of the reasons why I in particular like this idea with the plants, though, is because of the amount of time you tend to do this. A large amount of farm plots will consume a good amount of water. We would use a good amount, if not all of this water, to grow a handful of plants. So this saves me the mind-numbing boredom of boiling water over and over and over again. Anyway, when we move this plot, we're going to lose the plant that's in it as well. But it'll be okay, because we can break down this tomato plant to get the tomato seed back again. And while we lose the water in the plot when we move it, the plot itself will be fine. Anyway, viewer, we're done. We'll have something quick to eat, we'll call it a session, and when I come back, or when we come back, we will be in the new base. I'm going to move everything to that one location. I might also do a flat hill run off screen to get more power cells. And I will show you what I've done when we get back. Thank you guys for watching, and take care, everyone.